Greetings and welcome back to the channel. As we explained in the video on how the Force works, how strong someone can be with the Force relates to their connection with it. Midichlorians are symbiotic organisms that live inside the cells of every living being in the galaxy. The Force exists within midichlorians, and people can access it through them. Every being has a different midichlorian count, or M count for short. Those with a higher M count can connect to the Force more easily, while those with a lower count find it more difficult. However, that does not mean those with a low M count cannot connect with and become strong in the Force. Everyone has the opportunity to connect with the Force and enhance their connection to become stronger. Being strong with the Force means that one can use it with ease, without struggling or facing difficulties as they develop their powers. The connection someone has with the Force depends on how open they are to it and their psychological state. Those with a negative mindset may struggle to connect with the Force because they focus on other areas and problems, often neglecting to open themselves to it. A person who can connect with, use, and unlock abilities in the Force is known as Force sensitive. To enhance their connection to the Force, one must undergo training. Through training, individuals learn how to use the Force, what mindset to adopt, and which philosophy to follow. Training is a means to strengthen one's connection to the Force, and those with a low M count can still increase their connection to reach a level similar to those with many midichlorians. Training varies, as everyone is unique, and thus, individuals train in different ways. As mentioned, the connection to the Force depends on mindset, so through training, Force users learn how to open themselves to the Force, overcome their limits, and identify barriers preventing a stronger connection. This does not mean, however, that people cannot use the Force before training. Those with a high midichlorian count can use the Force even without training. To understand this more deeply, let's look at some examples. Luke Skywalker learned about the Force at the age of 19. During his first trial in training, Obi-Wan Kenobi instructed Luke to wear a helmet that blocked his vision. Luke activated his lightsaber and reflected blaster bolts from a training droid, despite being unable to see. He was connected to the Force and could feel the presence of the blaster bolts, repelling them without his sight. Similarly, Leia Organa sensed Luke's presence at Cloud City and returned on the Millennium Falcon to rescue him. Another example is Rey Skywalker, who, when she was young, sensed a dark presence when Kylo Ren fell to the dark side. Later, she sensed the presence of Luke's lightsaber in Maz Kanata's castle on Takodana. She also used a mind trick on a stormtrooper to let her go when Kylo Ren held her captive on Starkiller Base. We also see babies capable of using Force abilities from a very young age. During the Clone Wars and the events of Star Wars Rebels, Darth Sidious kidnapped some highly Force-sensitive infants, intending to use them as inquisitors for the Galactic Empire and for blood samples in Project Necromancer. These individuals also need training, like everyone else, to strengthen their Force connection and become even more powerful. The Force has no limits on how strong someone can become. Those with a low M count can still be strong in the Force, even without training, due to the right mindset and openness to the Force. For instance, we have seen many youngling Jedi using the Force and demonstrating various abilities even with little or no training. As discussed earlier, there is no single type of training. Training teaches people how to connect to the Force, but how exactly can one connect? To connect with the Force, one must be open to it. This process depends on character, psychology, and emotions. What one feels influences their connection to the Force. Different approaches to connecting with the Force unlock various aspects of it, and the path chosen impacts the abilities gained. How we connect and use the Force depends on who we are and what we do. People can either search within themselves to unlock the Force or have a mentor. The Jedi Order assigns a master to each Padawan. The master's responsibility is to teach their students the kind of people they should become to connect with the Force. Youngling Jedi train with their peers in the basics and core life philosophy before receiving a master. Each Jedi master selects their apprentice carefully, as everyone is different. The right master helps their Padawan connect with the Force, unlock their potential, and grow in life. The goal for a Jedi is to enhance their spirituality, meaning learning to think in ways that promote doing and spreading good. The more spiritual a person becomes, the stronger their connection to the Force. Spirituality can be enhanced in many ways, which is why there's no single training method. The Jedi, for instance, connect with the Force through spirituality, as they use it to spread the light. Other Force religions employ different methods to access the Force based on their unique goals, showing that there's no single approach to it. Emotions determine the depth and manner of one's connection to the Force. In conclusion, everyone has the opportunity to connect with and unlock the Force, as it depends on how they activate and enhance their connection. Those with a high midichlorian count connect to the Force more easily, while those with a lower count can still reach the same level of power, or even surpass it. Though it may be more challenging, it's achievable. The Force has no boundaries, it is what we feel that matters. The N count determines the ease of connection, not Force sensitivity itself. Our feelings help us open to the Force and use it for various purposes, gaining different abilities based on our perspective and approach to life. The more we explore, the more we learn, forming opinions, emotions, and character, all key elements that help us connect to and use the Force. Thanks for watching this video, and don't forget to subscribe, like this video, hit the notifications bell, and follow me on Instagram and Facebook. Until the next video, may the Force be with you.